Okay, banner time. So we have the trailer for the Valentines banner of 2021. We pretty much saw all of the units from the Fate channel yesterday, but we don't really know what their skills do just yet, so let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, special heroes to battle. Oh, what is with this intro here? This is like, kind of like a steampunk style almost. They did the trailer in almost like a book 5 style with that. Okay. Alright, so we got Gustav up first, drawn by Daisuke Iizuka. And he is a axe armor type. Okay. Alright, right there we saw, like, a lot of people brought this up on the Fate channel video yesterday, but I didn't even notice because I wasn't really paying attention to the actual maps. But if we take a look here, you'll notice this guy is attacking Alphonse, but then all of a sudden Gustav just swoops in and takes the hit. Okay, Loyalist Axe, 16 might, 1 range, accelerates special trigger. If foe initiates combat, or if foe's HP is above or equal to 75% at the start of combat, inflicts attack and defense -6 on the foe during combat. And also, if the foe can make a follow-up attack, reduces damage from foe's first attack by 75%. What? Dude, it's literally just Aimer, except instead of negating their, whatchamacallit, instead of negating their second attack, instead you're just reducing their first attack damage by 75%. So, obviously, that's going to be really good if you have some way to also stop them from doing more than one attack. Alright, we got Ignis, Close Defense 4, Crafty Fighter, and DR Near Save 3. What in the world is this? Okay, if a foe uses Sword, Lance, Axe, Dragonstone, or Beast damage, and initiates combat against an ally within 2 spaces of unit, triggers Savior on unit, and if unit triggers Savior, grants defense and res up 4 during combat, and then Savior says, unit takes ally's space, enters combat in ally's place, and receives all after combat effects. Interesting, okay. Savior will not trigger if ally is on terrain that unit cannot move to, or if multiple units are able to use Savior during the same combat. If Savior triggers, after combat movement effects do not occur. Interesting, okay. So, like we saw right here on the map, Alphonse is about to get attacked by this sword cav, and then Gustav is like, nope, you shall not pass. Alright, very interesting skill. I wonder if this is going to be an armor-locked skill. Huh. Yeah, because, like, the C slot is very up in the air. Right now, the flying units have access to the range skills, so at least they have their own unique C skill that they can use. But everyone else is pretty much just delegated to joint drives if they want something that's going to raise their own stats. So if this is armor-locked, I think this is going to be a really cool skill for armored units. They have fallen on some hard times, and another good thing about this is that if it is armored locked, the armored units kind of make up for their inability to move many spaces per turn. Because if you can just swap spaces with an ally in 2 spots and then take an attack for them, it's definitely going to work out a lot better for the armored units. So this is very interesting. Of course, this is all speculation if it is armor locked or not. We're going to have to wait for the data mine to find out. Alright, so here we go with a bigness from Daddy Gustav. Okay. Alright, here's my favorite unit on the banner, for obvious reasons. Alright, so Henriette as a red tome armor. Interesting. Okay, so this is the second one since, I want to say since Winter Tharja. I don't actually remember though, because I haven't really been, I don't really use the tome armored units too much, to be honest. But I feel like the last one we got was, in fact, Winter Tharja. Alright, Unity Blooms, inheritable weapon. So we got 12 might, 2 range. If unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, inflicts attack and res -5 on the foe during combat. And when unit deals damage to the foe during combat, restores 4 HP to unit. Oh, okay. So we get a sustain effect, and we're also doing attack and res -5. On allies within 2 spaces as well. So not just going to be useful for Henriette herself, but also allies that are fighting any foes within 2 spaces of Henriette. Very solid red tome, honestly, and we have been starved for good red tomes, so it is nice to finally get a decent one. Alright, we got Iceberg, DD4, Slick Fighter, very good skill, and then AR Far Save 3. If a foe uses bow, dagger, magic, or staff, and initiates combat against an ally within 2 spaces of unit, triggers Savior on unit. And if unit triggers Savior, grants attack and res up 4 during combat. And pretty much the same thing that we saw on Gustav. So this one is working on ranged type opponents, whereas Gustav's is going to work on melee type opponents. So they're experimenting here with these save skills. So pretty interesting stuff. Going to be interesting to see if this is armor locked though, but everything seems to be pointing towards it being armor locked. So I guess armored units finally getting some respect here. Alright, next up we got Alphonse with his Caesar attire. I love this Julius Caesar artwork on Alphonse here. So he is a green tome armored unit. Okay. Alright, Amity Blooms, 12 might and 2 range. If unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, inflicts attack and res -5. And when unit deals damage, restores 4 HP to unit. Alright, basically it's just a green tome version of Henriette's weapon. And then we got Moonbow, Defense and Res Form 3, and Bold Fighter 3. Wait a second, he's only got 4 skills, so does this mean he's going to be the demote unit on this banner? And does that mean Bold Fighter is finally going to be a 4-star skill? Okay, well, hold on, let's wait to the end and see if he's actually going to be the demote, but even though it's been so many years since Bold Fighter was introduced, it's still one of the top skills in the game. Just giving you 2 incredibly good effects for offense with the special ramp and the double. Okay, and last but not least, we have the duo hero, Lif and Thrasir, and they are a cavalry type. And because they're a duo unit, they're also going to have the BST raise from the dual skill. Alright, I don't even know how to say that. Pijalfi, I guess. Whatever. Let me know in the comments if you know how to say this. But, okay, 14 might and 2 range. Grants attack up 3. If unit is within 3 spaces of an ally, grants all stats +6 to unit during combat. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. And reduces the percentage of foes reduce damage by X% skills by 50%. But after combat, if unit attacked, deals 20 damage to the nearest ally. Example, a foe with a reduced damage by 45% skill would reduce damage by 23% instead. What is this nonsense? It's like a damage it's like a reduction for damage reduction. Instead of reducing it, why not just negate it altogether? Like, I don't understand why they would just decrease the overall damage reduction instead of just completely going through it, like with twin blades. Maybe that would have been too OP, though, like, because he's getting the guaranteed follow-up and all stats up 6 and attack up 3. So he's probably going to be a heavy hitter, tons of attack power. So if he had complete damage reduction mitigation, then maybe that would have been too powerful. But okay, we are getting more ways to deal with damage reduction, I guess. All right, we got Glimmer, attack and defense push 4, Lull, attack and res 3, and Fatal Smoke 3. All right, I saw this icon during the Fate channel by chance yesterday, and I was racking my brain trying to come up with what this might be. So, foe cannot recover HP during or after combat, and after combat inflicts deep wounds on target and foes within 2 spaces of target. And deep wounds says unit's HP cannot be healed through its next action. Alright, so in other words, it's basically just renewal smoke, where any of the foes are not going to be able to recover HP after combat. I guess this is pretty good, like, especially because he's a ranged cavalry unit. It's going to be real easy for him to just run up and get an attack off. And then after he does that, all of the foes that are within 2 spaces of the target are not going to be able to recover HP. So it could be a cool way to get around certain healing effects like Odd Recovery or the Healing Sanctuary in Aether Raids. I'm not too sure if it's going to be a meta skill, though. Like, negating their ability to heal, how useful is that really going to be? I'm not too sure. Okay, here is the duo skill. So, deals damage to foes within 3 spaces equal to 10 plus 50% of total damage dealt to HP of allies within 3 spaces, with a max damage of 40. Dude, there's like so many clauses here. This is like reading a Yu-Gi-Oh card, honestly. You gotta be a freaking lawyer now to keep up with all these crazy effects. We got Deep Wounds, we got Savior, we got all of this. Like, come on, man. Just simplicity is the game at its best, I think, when the effects are easy to understand. But anyways, inflicts attack and speed -7 on foes within 3 spaces of unit through their next actions. And it doesn't look like this one is reusable. So, maybe this is a more powerful effect of Duo Hector's, where Duo Hector is able to do 20 damage for free to any allies within 3 columns centered on him. This one is going to do probably way more damage, but only to the foes in 3 spaces of Lif right here. So we can go ahead and take a look at it in action. I think really what you're going to get out of this is the attack and speed -7. Because if you're able to debuff them like that, and then let's say possibly you have dominance as well, which does defense and res -7 and then grants the broadly fan effect, you're pretty much just getting max damage right there. So, I guess, what can we take from this? Basically, Duo's hindrance gets even stronger and stronger. Alright, let's see. Alright, there's Veronica right there. We knew she was going to be the Tempest Trial prize. And yeah, it looks like Alphonse really is going to be the 4-star demote on this banner. Okay, so there you go, guys. We finally have Bold Fighter in the 4-star pool. Honestly, it's like 2 years too late for that, I think. Most of the other, like, recent fighter skills are a little bit better, like Slick Fighter and Crafty Fighter. But Bold Fighter is definitely still one of the top skills in the game, especially when used on Brave Bow units with big damaging specials like Ignis. And the banner is dropping tomorrow at reset, so we'll probably get some more information there. And I don't think we're going to be able to spark on this banner or do anything else. So it's just going to be like a standard seasonal banner. Alright, but that's pretty much all there is to say about the units and my breakdown. Let me know in the comments section down below what you think of the Savior skills. I think it could be a pretty interesting way to give armors something new that they'll be able to do. But as far as everything else goes, let me know who your favorite unit on the banner is. Let me know what you think of Lif and Thrasir's duo skill and all that good stuff. And this is your boy Tacho signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed my breakdown. And I will catch you guys again on the flip side.